garage these days. But anyway, I thought I'd show you the build sheet on this truck. Let me just get in here. This is that North Dakota plate I was telling you guys about in the other video. And then when you open up the glove box, somebody had been planning on making this into a power wagon. So it's got the decals there, but we'll just store those over here for now. Let's see. Oh, gotta do the title work yet on this vehicle. Let's see. Just grab this paper. The original Adventure brackets. But let's take this where we can take a closer look in the shade. I was afraid that as soon as I read this, I was going to get a call from a solicitor trying to sell me extended warranty on my vehicle, because I'm pretty sure this one's expired by now. Got the Dodge truck owner manual. The most important in this green climate that we live in today, the 76 Chrysler Corporation emission control system, required reading. Back when they were trying to let you work on your own vehicles, I guess this was how you would do your maintenance on your disc brake system. It's kind of windy. Let me kind of stack that like this. So here's the equipment identification card, similar to a build sheet, I guess, but it gives you all the codes and everything that came with this truck as an adventure. So it's the club cab with the swept line body style. It talks about the front axles there, power disc brakes. It's got the 318. It's got the 50 amp alternator. It's got the HD cycle engine. Let's see, it came with side moldings, power steering. Talks about the tires and wheels on it. Had the convenience package, the 10-gallon gas. Now, I think that means that it had a secondary tank at one time, but I'm not sure. It has the 9 1/4 axles, 3,600 pound, with 355 gear ratio. It's got the hydraulic brakes in the rear. It's got the 11-inch clutch. The transmission is the NP 435. It has a deluxe heater, and that actually works. That's one of the things I check on all vehicles when I'm looking and buying new vehicles, is I always want to take a look and see if the heater and the defroster work at least, because that's really important. And then we're here, you have the 20-gallon fuel tank. So like I said, I think this was originally a dual tank truck. I only see the one fuel cap, so I'm gonna have to look around and see if that's still there, or something that I wouldn't mind having another one in there, because I would like to take this out on the trail. So this is the fuel tank. I guess I don't know what I'm looking for. It said it's a 20-gallon tank, and that it had a 10-gallon auxiliary tank somewhere. I don't know where that is, but I got that crate of extra parts, and the vehicle came with this. Let's see. Main tank, left tank, and then this kind of a device here. So I don't know if someone took that other tank out of there. If I could find that and make that work, that would be cool. So if you guys know anything about this, let me know. Oh man, this is gonna suck. Chubby, fat, short guy like me hopping up in a truck that's kind of high up in the air. But anyway, I got my trusty keys here. This truck has the auto start. Actually, no, none of these buttons work. Something that I started to mention in the last video was that the owner did switch this over to electronic ignition. And in order to get that work, he did kind of put this kill switch in here to direct power. So got to turn that on, and surprised that took 2 bumps of the key. All right, we're in neutral. Truck's sketchy as hell, but here's that sound. Looks like a storm's rolling in here. Super happy this is going to be something as easy as adjusting the tension, or even possibly replacing all the belts on the front of this engine to get rid of that squall, which makes sense because it was pretty inconsistent when it was doing it, except that it just started doing the squealing more and more frequently. And as you guys probably heard me say earlier in the video, I hate to show this, but there's Chevy parts on my Dodge truck, and they're probably going to stay there. And a cool horn. Look under here, all this oil. The transmission, you can't even see it, but I don't think that's gear oil. I'm pretty sure there was oil on top of the 318, and he power washed the car for a reason on the inside. But there's all this crud built up here, and then all this oil that's dripping on me while I'm making this video. Looking for a big block bell housing. So any of you guys that have bell housing for the NP 435 transmission to mate up, it would probably been like a 400 and a later model Dodge pickup. I do think a few of them still had 440s after the late 70s, but anybody with a big block bell housing for an NP 435, let me know, because I just happen to have that 76 440.